So when I first stumbled into this thrift store, I never expected to find video games. And now that they just keep on growing and expanding their game collection, I keep on stopping back and I always find some of the craziest stuff. Whether it's nostalgic to me, whether it's video game related, or just really anything else, I just always have a blast at New to Us in Maryland. So if you're ever in the Odenton area, you have to check it out. So let's go ahead and see what I scored. So I love when you go into game stores and they have these amazing store displays. This is one that you could have got at, GameStop. For the Nintendo Switch, you have Mario and Luigi Brothership. This is just really cool, and of course it would have been displayed somehow, how they kind of have this where it pops off the wall, looks like a box. Just really cool to save this type of stuff. And then of course their shelving that they always have at this awesome store. Just really cool to see all this neat display stuff. So how cool are these? These are from the 90s, and this is a set. We have all three of these. They're just so crazy to see. These gigantic plush, but they have these plastic heads. But definitely pretty cool to add into the vintage Batman collection. So I was definitely pumped when I saw these and I walked in there. I got the set for just a few dollars and I am still in shock. These are huge plush and they're so cool. So I had to add these into my Batman collection, and I just love this little set here. These are definitely a throwback for back in the day and just so cool. Now of course they had more than just toys and nostalgic items. They had Nintendo games like this one right here. This is Trog. And this is actually a really fun game. Definitely so much fun that I've not been able to stop playing it. So this one really reminds me of Pac-Man in a way with the style. But this is so much fun. You have to go around and steal those eggs. So you just pretty much have to avoid all the obstacles where you don't want to fall off the edges. You have to stay away from these Trogs who want to eat you. So I just love this whole art style of this game. Definitely has that amazing charm to it. And I just love the similar concept of Pac-Man. It's something easy, something enjoyable that everyone can just jump right into. But it is a little bit of a challenge with all those obstacles and everything else. So definitely a fun one, and still an inexpensive game that if you want to play, you definitely have to jump on it. Now this one right here, I didn't really know what to expect. This is Thunder and Lightning. Now there is a sticker on the front, so I'll have to try and get that off without destroying the label. But pretty much all of these games were very similar back in the day. These breakout clones. But you have these different power-ups to kind of make this game a little bit more fun. Now, of course, they did kind of translate this and send it on over this way. But this does have a whole story and stuff behind it. So just very interesting, but one that I probably won't play very long. Or if I do, it'll be simply because of nostalgia of playing all of those breakout clones. I remember playing Alleyway back on the Game Boy for so long, because that was the only game that I had for the longest time. But these ones are just ones that I don't really find too much joy in, and I don't think I'm going to play this one very long, but I'm curious if you knew about this game. So today has been a Spongebob day. I've been finding all kinds of things at the thrift store, then at that toy show, but this right here is actually really cool. So for any of those race car fans, you get this cool Nickelodeon Spongebob signature colors, and this is actually pretty cool. So you just have this car here, but really, I guess, if you are a Spongebob collector, this would be really cool because it just slides right on top of this cool little collectible. Now this is one that I was actually shocked when I was playing it. So this is the world's first pinball fantasy is what it says. Pinball Quest. So this one has these different pinball machines in this particular game, but it's like a pinball role-playing aspect in this. So you have to like fight the bad guys, and it's like this whole like combat adventure. They really did something like way ahead of its time, and I'm kind of curious if they were to make something else like this, or if anyone knows if they kind of like developed more on this particular style, because this is very imaginative and something that I'm completely shocked as I was learning about this particular game, so I'm really curious on that. Now, I just love this thrift store because you never know what you might find when it comes to different things. Not only do I love collecting video games, I love checking out like toys, store displays, and the list goes on. And they always have something like that each time that I go to this place. So I'm definitely curious if you have places like this around you, or if you've actually been to this location. But definitely always a blast each time that I walk in, and I always leave finding more cool stuff that I didn't even know existed. Now, this is one that a lot of us know from back in the day. Who framed Roger Rabbit? So of course it says, can you solve the mystery? This is something that is super nostalgic. We all pretty much remember this back in the day. But in this game, you pretty much have to, use that detective work and just kind of see what is going on. You want to look around for all those different clues. And I love how it has like this randomization aspect. So you have to really search and look around for each of those different clues and items. And it's kind of different each time. But you are that private detective. You have to clear Roger Rabbit's name. But this game really wasn't the best. But I would say if you have those nostalgia blinders on, then you might have really enjoyed this game. Or you might enjoy this because you've, seen it. And you just really grew up playing this stuff, seeing this stuff, and just enjoying this whole entire thing of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, this is another one that's actually a lot of fun, but it is super challenging. You have Mighty Bombjack. So pretty much this one is the sequel to the arcade game. Definitely has a lot more action. You have to collect those bombs and clear the room. But there is just a lot going on with this. A very super inexpensive game, but one that you could just play over and over again and just really keeps you busy each time that you're playing it. So I'm curious who played this game back in the day and who remembers playing it in the arcades. So I'm not going to pick this up, but I do like some of the Funko Pops where they're throwbacks to our childhood. We have the Angry Beavers. Here is Norbert, and this is so perfect because the other day I actually found that big, huge Daggett plush at the thrift store. So this was definitely a cool little throwback, and it's been a while since I've seen this cartoon. Now on to the Harlem Globetrotters. This is one that I remember back in the day. These trick shots, these different trick passes, team stats, 1 to 4 players, definitely insane. I remember this back in the day, being a kid, and just remember everyone talking about the Harlem Globetrotters. But this game, sadly, just doesn't have any spectacular, jump to it. It's not like anything is super crazy going on, and it's definitely short when it comes to what you would think of this particular game. So this is one that I probably won't play that much, and definitely not going to really jump into this one. But I do remember the Harlem Globetrotters, and I just remember everything being so amazing. Just seeing that, just witnessing that as a kid, and just seeing how cool it really was. And just absolutely those nostalgia blinders are on because this is not the best game. So I definitely can't wait to go back out to this place again, because each time that I go, I find something that I need for my collection. Whether it's a heavy hitter for the Super Nintendo at amazing deals, or it's some of these games that I need to complete the full set, or just random toys and items that I didn't even know that I wanted in the collection, but I always have such a blast. So I want to know which game you would have picked up in this lot here. And what did you see at the store that you wanted? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.